Firstly, let me ask, have you received any bashing, any bashing yet? How is the reception like after the release?
You know, I have said this time and time again, that it is only a matter of time before our friends in NDC will begin to attack me. And that time has come. So today, I think we are at the receiving end of some of the NDC people and also receiving end from the MPP people. So today, we have no friends at all.
Today, you have no friends at all?
No.
Why exactly do you think that's happening?
No, once you've chosen to be very fair-minded, very independent-minded, very objective, regardless of what the news is, I think this is bound to happen.
Right. We will get to the details of the polls. We have both the NPP and then we have the NDC as well. Let's start off with the NDC. National Tracking Poll, September 2025, Presidential Primaries, Outlook 2028, General Elections, 29 September 2025. So we will go through, I think we'll start with the methodology so that that's most important for everybody to know how, or summary of the, do you think that we should go through the summaries of the findings?
No, I don't think so. Let's just go to methodology and then go to the specific issues that we may have.
All right, we'll go straight to methodology then.
So, look, there are two approaches here. We interviewed general voters by telephone, some of them, nearly 2,000 by telephone. And we also interviewed about 7,500 face-to-face in 83 constituencies across all the 16 regions to get the views of the general voters. But in the case of MPP delegates, we sampled about 2,700 of them across over 241 constituencies randomly. So when we speak about MPP delegate, the sample is 2,700. If we talk about general voters, the sample is 9,500 at least.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear me now. Okay. The same methodology applies to the NPP as well?
It applies to the MPP race among general voters. But when it comes to the MPP, yes.
Yeah, that would be different.
Yes.
Okay,
but among the delegate of MPP, the approach was different. We interviewed only MPP delegates.
Definitely, because I see, okay, voters' preference for NPP leadership. All right, okay. So let's go through the NDC one with the general outlook. Take us through that.
You know, if you look at the NDC preferences by voters, let's make it clear. This is not delegate. It's MPP, NDC leadership by Ghanaian voters. When you ask Ghanaians, average Ghanaian, who would you prefer to lead NDC? Then you have 30% for Haruna Iddrisu. Asiedu Nketia 24%. Atufosin around 18%. Julius 10%. Ablakwa 8%. Erikopoku around 2.5%. Joshua Alabi 2%. Amabua 2%. Iwadaku 1.6%. Spugabra 1.1%. And Kovandapo merely 0.1%. So this is what people are telling us, that they prefer to lead NDC. Now, if you look at the data very critically, you will realize that Haruna Iddrisu is the only northern candidate in the race. So he is able to consolidate all the northern votes together, and that puts him ahead. When they come to the rest of the country, they are fragmented. If you look at the Ghana base, there are two people there, Okovandapoy and Professor Joshua Alabi. When it comes to the voter OT block, you have Ablakwa there. But if you come to the Akam block, you have Asiedu Nketia, Atufosin, Julius Debrah, Erikopoku, Kofi Amabwa, Kwame Iwadaku, and Spugabra. So the accounts are fragmented. And for that reason, certainly Haruna will be in the lead.
So it means that even among the accounts, if there are preferences, the votes will also be fragmented as well, or the preferences will be fragmented.
Absolutely.
because there are quite
it's fragmented.
a number of accounts, in the race. Now, there's something I'm also realizing. Now, Haruna Iddrisu his name has been on the board of flag bearership race for years now. At almost every elections or flag bearership race, his name comes up. So he's among known faces already within this race. The likes of Professor Joshua Alabi, Asiedu Debrah, and also Kwame Iwuadako, their names have come up before. But if you look at it, Asiedu Debrah, Kwame Iwuadako, Joshua Alabi are not doing very well with the latest polls you've conducted. But Haruna Iddrisu is still maintaining. He is among the old names. But he still is showing.
Look,
when it comes to polls. What's the trick for him?
Let me tell you a simple thing. People who have led NDC from the front line, from the front, are the ones the generation of voters remember.
Oh.
From 2016 all the way to today, we have seen the face of Ablakwa. We've seen the faces of Atufosin. We've seen the faces of Haruna Iddrisu. They have been the NDC leaders in the past 8 years or more. So voters who are young as 44 years don't go back to history. Those they see every day on television, those they see every day leading NDC from parliament and other places, they are the ones they remember. That is why these people who are not in our faces are struggling in the polls, but nobody remembers them.
Is it something you detect only among general voters or party delegates?
No, with delegates, they know everybody very well. But with voters, what they see is what they know.
Ah. Okay. So that's what...
It's not about telling.
So that's
what... You can't tell them this man did this. This man was this. This man was that.
So the explanation you're giving is also going into the advantage of Asiedu Nketia, even though his name just popped up as far as flag bearership race within the NDC is concerned, because he's also been a front runner or a known face when it comes to partisan activities.
Absolutely. He's been the chairman, general secretary. He's always in the media. People see him, people know him. If people don't know you, they don't see you, you are out.
I see. Now, the name of Eric Opoku, I'm not so sure. There was so much talk that he seems to be in the favorites. Why is he doing 2.5%?
Go and ask the public. The public is telling me that this is what they know.
Yeah.
This is what they prefer. And I've said that if you are not in people's faces, if you are not in the media, you're not engaging people on television, people don't see you, you are out. And that's what we are seeing. If you look at Ablakwa, his works in the oral, his role before the elections, put him at the very top of the party's leadership. People know him.
Yeah, because he's showing us forth in the race.
So what you can say clearly is that it will be very difficult for someone to come and lead from behind.
Wow. But in recent times, Amakofi Boa has been quite active, leading an issue that is, very serious. Everybody takes it seriously. Everybody is talking about him. He's doing media encounter almost every day, or at least almost every week. Is he not... or because he just started engaging the media, he is not still appreciated?
Let's see how these numbers evolve over time. But we're not going to be able to carry these long names all the time. We would have, at some point, whittle the names down to 5. And if people want to mention certain names, they can certainly mention them.
Okay.
But we will whittle this name down to a reasonable number.
Definitely. Right. let's focus on Haruna Iddrisu again as leading the numbers that you have done. There was the talk about possibility of the party having a challenge going back to the north. So in terms of tribalism, it was almost impossible for Haruna to come right after President Mahama should he exit. How is that also giving him still some more advantage? It doesn't look like the Ghanaian general public, because this is based on the general public's choice, right? It doesn't look like the general public is concerned about whatever tribal situation a political party may be facing.
No, I wouldn't go to the level of calling it tribal. I mean, if you look at what we are seeing in the data, the entire northern sector is behind Haruna Iddrisu right now. And he's the only candidate from the northern sector who is in the race. What would be the equation if you throw in somebody like Muntaka or you throw in somebody like Ayariga in the race? What is numbers for? So this is something that we are looking at. But look, if you look at the NDC as a party, NDC is a congress of people. Small groups here, small groups there, and small groups there. And they've come together. So the thinking is that once one small group has had their turn, it rotates to another group. And I think that is what Haruna Iddrisu has to face, because I have to convince your other smaller blocks in the group that let the North go again and again. And that will be an argument that he really has to make. But from what we are seeing, look, if you look at the blocks, as I've mentioned them, the blocks are the northern blocks, what we call the Akan blocks, with about 8 regions put together. And then we have the Volta block. To some extent, if you take Accra out, you can have what we call the Ghana Dange block. So in NDC, you have the Ghana Dange block, the Volta Oti block, the Akan block, and the northern block. Now, they will decide whether it is time to rotate or not. But if you look at the vote that the Akans are getting put together, they outnumber that of the northern sector. So if the Akan numbers in the race reduces, we expect the race to consolidate around 1 or 2 of the Akans.
All right. So, viewers, what you saw on the screen was the preference of the party. If we can have the preference of the voters. Okay. This is party preference, I think. No, general. Okay, this is NDC leader, voters for general NDC. This is the general preference.
Yes.
And that is the one.
Yes, we have not done.
But we now can take the party preference, right? So
no, we haven't done party preference for NDC yet.
You haven't done party preference?
Everything you say about NDC, no. Okay. Everything in this report for NDC is about the voters.
About voters, okay.
Not delegates.
Okay, so the slide I'm seeing with Asiedu Nketia leading with votes preference for NDC leadership, the Akan block.
Okay, so what we have done in some cases is look at people who are just NDC people, not delegates, NDC voters and what they are thinking.
Okay.
In some cases. So what we have done in some cases, look at the swing regions, for example, see how the race looks like in the swing regions. For example, NDC preference for NDC leadership, right? In the Akan block, you can see that Asiedu Nketia is leading in the Akan block. Akan block is the 8 Akan regions: Eastern region, Central region, Western region, Bono, Ahafo, Bono East, Ashanti region, and Western North.
Okay, so and with the Akan block and what you've mentioned, we have Asiedu Nketia leading, and comes with Atoforcing, followed by
Atoforcing second, yes, Haruna Iddrisu.
The breakdown and
and if you look at the northern block,
the northern block, let's go.
See what Haruna is getting. It's getting 59%.
So the northern block, Haruna has flattened almost every graph.
Absolutely. And that's the reason why he's leading in the race.
Wow. So, I mean, I wish we can have it on the screen. If you look at the northern block, Haruna is doing 59%. And Asiedu Nketia is doing 17%, Ato is doing 9%, Ablakwa is doing 4%, Julius Debrah is doing 3%. Eric is doing 3%. Professor Joshua Labi is doing 2%. 1% for Spio Gabra. Kwame Wadako is doing 1%. Amakofe Boa is doing 1%. And then Okovandapoy is doing 0%. And let's look at the voter OT block as well. The voter OT
yes,
block.
In the voter OT, you have...
The dynamic is quite interesting. So the voter OT block, Ablakwa is number 1, but he's doing only 29%.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, explain. Let's
it
understand.
tells you, it tells you that no single individual at this stage can win the NDC race without the help of the others.
That's why the dynamics are a little different, a little interesting. Ablakwa is doing on the voter OT block. Ablakwa is doing 29%. Haruna comes up with 18%. Ato is with 13%, and Asiedu Nketia is with 12%. And then also Julius Debrah comes with none, all the way. Julius, Professor Joshua, Eric Opoku, Wadako. Okay, I think I've just identified a little name change on the voter OT block. If you can check it on your slide, Ewadako and Spio Gabriel's name has been interchanged. Can you see?
Okay, we'll fix that.
Yes, and then Amakofe Boa, Okoboy, Okovandapoy are all doing nil. So it's only between 4 people: Ablakwa, Haruna, Atoforsin, Asiedu Nketia. That's it. Okay, can you explain this for us too? Akan block, where Haruna is leading with 29 and Atoforsin comes close to 27. Meanwhile, we have done some
it's not
block
Haruna,
already. What's that?
It's not Haruna leading there. It is Nketia leading in the Akan blocks.
Okay, I think I see a slide. I see a slide with voters' preference for NDC leadership, Akan block. You can go down after the NDC primary swing.
Let me...
NDC primary swing.
The swing.
Yes, swing. I need a...
the swing is not Akan. The swing is Central Region, Western Region, and Greater Accra.
Oh, okay. So are you going to do a correction there?
So here, in fact, it should have been swing, but not Akan, sorry. So it should have been swing. The swing regions.
So we have some 2 corrections to do on the slide. Swing regions. Swing, because I was getting a little confused because we had seen the Akan block already. So with the swing regions, they are what? Western, Central, and
Greater Accra.
And Greater Accra. Okay, Greater Accra.
Yes.
And that is where you have almost a split vote between Ato and Haruna, with Haruna having 29, Ato having 27, and Asiedu Nketia follows closely with 22%. And this is where Julius Debrah beats Ablakwa, comes up with 7%. Ablakwa follows closely with 6%. Interesting. All right. Now, there is the slide that has NDC primaries 3-horse race. Apologies, viewers, for our inability to put the slides on the screen. I'm sure the producers will work around it. 3-horse race, 37%, 19%, and 45%. Explain that.
Here, we were trying to understand how the public will react if we take one of the young people from the race and just leave one of them there. So you can see that we've taken Atoforsin out and left Haruna Iddrisu against Debrah and Asiedu Nketia. We wanted to understand the behavior of Atoforsin voters and other voters, whether they will go to the older guys or go to the younger guys. And that's why we've done that. And when you do that, Haruna Iddrisu is on 45%, Julius Debrah on 19%, and Asiedu Nketia on 37%.
So there was a split, no?
Yes, we can see that Haruna is leading when Atoforsin is not in the race, clearly with a bigger margin.
Yeah.
And here you remember everybody else is out. Now we just have the Haruna Iddrisu Asiedu Nketia and Julius. So you could see that some of the vote from the other accounts have split to Julius Debrah and Asiedu Nketia.
Yeah.
But Haruna still maintains it.
Wow. And you did the same with another 3-horse race, but this time one old person out and a younger person in. And
No, one younger person out, another younger person in.
Okay, one younger person out, another younger person in to test the voter behavior.
Yes.
And the vote went to Asiedu Nketia.
He is leading by just 2 points.
Actually, yeah.
Atufo on 38%.
It's on 38%. And
so when you take Haruna,
yeah, what does that mean? What does this
right.
behavior of the voter means?
Look, it means that these guys, remember, these guys are looking for young leaders.
Wow. This is a little sophisticated of today's voter. What can you say about it? I'm just looking at how they are thinking. And I like the test of their minds in terms of their voting behaviors.
Look, this morning in the office, we did a small focus group discussions with largely Gen Z voters in the office, trying to understand their mindset, whether they agree with the poll number that we released this morning. It was shocking. In fact, when you hear them speak, it is shocking. About 78% of the respondents in this survey are below 45 years of age. They are younger people. And the same poll is saying to us that 64% of them say they want young leaders. And look, we heard your mama saying that Africa is full of young people.
Yeah.
And these young people are making their voices heard. And that's what they are telling us. If you look at the vote, even the NDC rates, where we have everybody, the vote that Haruna Iddrisu, Atufo and Ablakwa get is almost 56%. The vote of 3 people equals to 56% of the vote. Young people. That is the message there.
It's quite a force to reckon with, even among
the dynamics are quite different.
Yeah, even amongst the young people.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, things have changed so much that, I mean, the old tactics way of elections are over. And we have a new generation of voters who are no nonsense in their view.
Wow.